All right, guys, we're here for set number 3 of our first week of the LCUS Split 6. My name is Kenos, in case you've forgotten, and I am here on the last set with the creaky chair man himself, Sigtao Lord. How's it going, Sig?
It's good. This chair just struggles with all the greatness that I carry. Most places I said do.
Well, that's a burden that many people bear. And we're looking for a good third set here. I'm also looking for a game invite. I'm not sure who's supposed to be setting up Phoenix versus White Wolf. We do have some excitement in the chat that you'll be joining us. Anything you want to say to your many fans?
Um, I'm very happy to be back on the desk, and I don't think that there's a more auspicious game set for me to cast than this one, Kinos. This is going to be to channel my favorite caster. It's going to be a slobber knocker, and that ain't no stroke, y'all.
All right. I thought I was your favorite caster.
You're my favorite human.
Oh,
Subsets matter.
fair enough. Well, still waiting for a game invite so we can talk about Legends of Runeterra while we're waiting.
You know, I'm a whole set behind, man. All this LCUS crap has really destroyed my Legends of Runeterra game.
Man, you gotta get back in there, man. There's like dragons and meteors, and though Riot's threatening to nerf everyone from Targon in the next patch. So
All the pre-release stuff that I saw, it just looked like a set that was just going to not be fun to play anything from set one against.
well, I don't know about that. Did you see they are buff? They buffed Lee Sin. It's pretty crazy.
I wanted to play that, so that's great. Hey, I see these viewer numbers going down. Y'all park your happy asses right down and set for a spell. I'm here to cast some games, and I ain't doing it to an empty room.
Yeah, come on, guys. What do you gotta do? Go to bed? What the hell? I gotta get up at 3 in the morning. What do you think I'm doing? I'm staying right here and I'm casting some LCUS games. Why aren't you guys doing it? I know why they aren't doing it. Because no one's inviting us to the games yet.
Uh, the players that I see, Kenos, are setting in the team fight tactics lobby. So
Oh
unless
my
we're
god.
changing game,
Suddenly LCUS is a team fights tactics thing. Well, I don't know anything about that, but who says I know anything about League either?
dude, people that play team fight tactics don't know nothing about team fight tactics.
I,
It's just a whole bunch of RNG. You click buttons, try and stack them 3 times. There you go. Give them the spatula. Am I good at the game yet?
you know what bothers me is people compare team fight tactics to card games. It's like, come on, guys. They're apples and oranges. Sure, they're both fruit, but are you really playing the same kind of thing? You're not.
I think if it was a card game, it'd be solitaire. Because I don't feel like I have any agency over the game.
Well, there is some strategy to solitaire. You get 2 kings up. Which pile do you draw off of? It's. I used to play solitaire a lot when I was like 7, because I was sad and alone and no one picked tanks.
I didn't have internet, so it was solitaire and the space ping pong. No, not ping pong.
Just regular Pong.
No, the arcade game on Windows.
Asteroids. Space
No,
Invaders.
no, it's pinball. Pinball. Yeah, the space pinball game.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, Prowler. That's it. Pinball. That was my joint. I really enjoyed that.
Well, everyone else is enjoying Teamfight Tactics now. Anyway, Legends of Runeterra. So not only was there a set recently, but they're going to have another release in October with like Soraka and possibly Victor. I want to see what Victor looks like, man. They could do some fun stuff with Victor. Could you imagine like he levels up like 4 times?
Oh, no, 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 no.
I think they're going to try to make him tie into the Heimerdinger kind of archetype, where it's playing a certain number of like spell numbers and things like that. But yeah, I mean Lee Sin is awesome now. He costs 4 mana instead of 7. Is Legends of Runeterra like Hearthstone? I'm glad you asked. Let's go over what Legends of Runeterra is again. Um, it's similar, in that it's a card game that runs on mana, but the nuts and bolts is different. I recommend giving it a shot. It's free, doesn't cost anything to give it a try. It's one of the more unique card games out there while still being very user friendly. Lot of tutorials that teach you all the basics. And a lot of cheap decks are really good right now. Hey, an invite. We're saved from my voice talking about Runeterra. Maybe. Unless I was just being baited. Nope, here we go. Yeah, I recommend looking into it. It can be... Certain people would say that it's very affordable. You can craft good decks rather quickly. But of course, it's a digital card game, so cards that are good one day may be bad another. That's the one thing I don't like about Runeterra, is that if they nerf a card into the ground, they don't pay you back for it.
Well, even real card games aren't immune to that.
Well, sure, there's errata and nerf and bans and things like that. But, some games are Magic's more stable, I would say.
It is. I thoroughly enjoy Magic. My issue is the blue ink, man. It just digs right into you. Can't escape it. Coke's cheaper.
Yeah, blue. Who likes blue?
And I also think that with Magic, they have the ability to balance it over 3 sets. Because they do those thematic sets
and the rotations for sure.
Yeah, so there's room to make adjustments by the time the 3rd set comes out if something feels too stupid powerful.
I don't like set rotations, honestly. I prefer how Yu-Gi-Oh does it with a ban list. If you're gonna just target problematic cards, because I like the idea of if I have cards that I can just pick up and play rather than showing up with my dark slivers or something or samurais and you need to be playing modern for that to work or whatever the hell the 7 different types of things. Casters are ready, Great Beard of Odin. I said it in chat already. Casters ready.
I can't see chat, so before we hop in, to punctuate our conversation, and I believe is your 3rd set in a row, hype in Legends of Runeterra. We are a community here, so if you want to see Legends of Runeterra, or if you want to see any game through the GMA channel or any events we have, let us know. We'd love to organize it for you.
Yeah, I mean, I could if more people want to know about Runeterra, I could just stream it on GMA at some point. Show you guys some of the cards, how it works. Kenos teaches. I play a lot of stuff. Some of you could stand to be a lot better at StarCraft. Not naming any names.
Marvel's Avengers, the game, not the movie. That's right, Prowler. All right, let's go.
Oh God, Marvel Avengers, the game? Maybe not. Anyway, we're here. We're not judging people. We're batting jacks.
So, if we're looking at some big plays out of these teams, I've got my eyes on some really highlighted picks. I'm excited. I also want to preface, this game does have a sub. Arcane Soda is stepping in for Burn the Heretic. Soda, we're glad to see you back on White Wolf, and we're glad you're here with us. These are 2 pretty storied teams. White Wolf, our last champions. Phoenix, prior champion as well.
Yeah, there's a lot behind the names, and a lot behind the bands that we're seeing here. Just picking on poor Great Beard of Odin here.
I don't think you can. I've watched him grow as a player, and with the amount of bans available, you're not gonna you hitting his 6th champ ain't gonna have the impact you think. So short of the Akali ban, I think it's pretty wasteful banning that Yone out. I don't think it's as good as it deserves to be. I love the respect ban towards Alonzi Tardis there with the Warwick, but I don't think that's what we would be seeing anyway. These teams are much more team fight focused.
Well, we have Ace declaring Ash first pick, and there it is. So, let me make sure that I'm going on here. Mod Rich, who I have been corrected on the pronunciation of his name. Looking for that. I'm not entirely sure. Are these players in the correct order?
I believe so.
Okay. With how quickly the team was thrown together, I just want to make sure. And we do have Morgana as the second pick, so prioritizing the Ashe over the picker ban Queen.
Well, Kenos, this is indicative of, I think, what we're going to see is the meta for the LCUS. It's going to be very Ashe and Caitlyn centric and heavy Morgana prioritization, as she's one of the only true counters to hard CC, and CC wins games in the LCUS.
Well, I do like the Misfortune pick at least, someone a little bit different. Another possible Syndra pick could be kind of cool. Yeah,
it's super safe when you're going in blind, and that Morgana, I believe, is a flex.
Oh, Rakan, nice. Ashe Rakan, that'd be exciting. Great Beer voting if pick Scion or our good friend the Ram. Just means it's a day that ends in Y. Scion or Ornn or Aurelia.
Huge over the past multiple weeks has been over the past multiple games has been spamming that Rakan, so that was a big takeaway. I think they were potentially weighing that for a later pick.
Well, it's a nice thing to do when your opposing team has already picked the opposing lane, because you get that advantage. So we have both the top and the bot lanes picked out here, more than likely.
I like the Aurelia pick on Great Beard to Odin. Right now, he is sitting at a 50% win rate with 6 games over the recent season, this recent ranked season. So, huge gains. Definitely looking to carry in that top side versus this Jace.
All right, Wukong being banned out here. As someone who's scouted Huge for a week, there's only 2 supports he'd play today. Burn the Heretic, admitting to be a stalker. Alright, so the Malzahar locked out. Probably another mid ban here, which is suggesting they don't believe that Alpha's going to go Morgana. But we'll see what happens. Unless the Jace is the mid lane? I don't think he is. Oh, that's that last ban that they had to forfeit for the swap. So last ban here from Phoenix. Making us wait for it. Keeping us in suspense. They're good showmen.
I personally don't like it when teams spread it out, and I think that it creates issue. The longer you talk about something in pick and ban when you're in a league, the more damage it does actually, because you're weighing it way too much.
Poor Vigar. Never ever. Alright, so we do have 2 more slots left. Assuming Aurelia is mid, we're looking for top and jungle from Phoenix. And White Wolf, assuming Jace is top, we're looking at mid and jungle.
Volibear coming across, most certainly the jungle. So I'm excited to see how that's played out.
You don't think Andy plays Volibear top?
No, I don't think that Jace is going anywhere but top. Looking at it, though, if Mixlink is the one playing the Volibear, I don't see any recent games on it. I can't attest to its win rate for him, but he's super solid in the dive comp, and it looks like they've got some potential for that.
And he doesn't play tanks, according to Gregosaurus. Fair enough.
Yeah, Volley ain't a tank. He only heals and makes towers stop functioning, tons of damage, extra shields. Yeah, no tank.
And we do have the Amumu first a Moo game of this split. Used to show up quite a lot.
I think this is going to be a very interesting match from the perspective of Phoenix. With that Renekton pick, I think it does toss into the air exactly what we're going to see out of that mid lane. So I want to see where the ground settles on this.
It looks like the Morgana is going to be mid. Makes sense.
I don't know about that. Yeah, sure enough, that is Brandana on the Renekton. Very interesting. Is he top?
He is. Great Breed of Odin has been spamming Aurelia lately, according to chat. And everyone's been saying they are in the correct order.
Very interesting.
I like...
Another pretty... Oh, you go ahead.
I was going to say, I like Phoenix's lineup quite a lot.
I do too. I'm tickled pink. I didn't realize Brandano was the top laner. So this is what, third position for us for him in the LCUS.
Yeah, I mean, this is the split of people playing in their off roles, you know, or it's been over a year, so people have evolved, changed, grown into more interesting people.
There's some big siege coming out of White Wolf Gaming. Lots of potential there for holding those turrets hostage in this front to back fighting comp that you see with Phoenix. My issue is this is why I don't like the Misfortune and why you're not seeing her played. Mm-hmm. There are so many tools in this toolkit, either Aurelia diving in, Ash Arrow, Rakan just completely dodging all your damage and knocking you up. There's no good way to prevent all of that happening to Misfortune. So you're constantly relying on her to have either a wave to damage through for a siege, or you're just spamming the circle slow cannonballs. I don't think that it's the strongest pick, and even then, I don't know what kind of engage tool White Wolf Gaming would have outside of that volley bear jump. So they're going to spend all their time disengaging, and I think that's not a good enough comp to do so versus this Phoenix engage comp. If a Mumu lands the right ultimate, that's it. Rakan follow up. It's going to be very difficult to manage that kind of engage. They're going to have an early lead and maintain it forward.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. I am slightly interested in how Misfortune is going to combo with the Morgana. If the Morgana gets a nice tight setup, that Misfortune ult is going to kill some fools. But as we've discussed today even, you can't necessarily rely on a combo to carry a team.
I don't even think that's that good of a combo, and I'm not knocking on player skill. These are some very, very skilled players in a balanced matchup. But the issue is that Morgana gets one pick and Misfortune. There are 100 other ADCs that can do better single target damage.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. I'm thinking mostly about her impact. I'm thinking about Misfortune as kind of a walking ultimate.
I get you. I just don't know the opportunity that she'll have to do that and still be safe. There's no real appeal. Got a Karma shield, Morgana's shield. I mean, that just might prevent the Amumu Q. Bandage toss. That's about it. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat.
Yeah, I mean, I think this might be like a Senna situation where you have the Misfortune who can do things, but it's not going to be enough of a threat to stand up against the Ashe.
No, Ashe is super meta right now. Tons of CC. Even in the pro meta that we experienced at the end of the last split prior to Worlds, it was a 3 ADC game. And I don't think that our meta will be very different. I think a team that's able to capitalize on some more traditional ADCs could find some wins here in the LCUS, but it's way too dangerous to try and deviate from this Ashe Caitlyn meta.
God, these load times. I like Phoenix's skins, even though they have the Joker Nectin.
See, when the LCUS first started, folks, we had time where we could talk about how beautiful skins were and how exciting everything was. Riot done took away the load times, so they devalued that.
They
It's just
did,
another sign of the threat that the LCUS poses to the LCS.
because we started discovering the patterns in skins and winning, and it just
That's it.
point out their algorithm, and they were threatened by us.
So, what do you think is going to be the most exciting matchup?
I think that a lot's going to happen in that bot lane. We have predictions that Modric is going to be the first kill, or is going to get the first kill against Tilted Pig.
Flash is coming out already, trying to catch Andy AoE, but expertly played as he's able to escape.
Yeah, that was a waste of a flash from Alon Z, I think.
You miss every flash you don't take, as an advocate for aggressive flashing.
You miss 87 of the early game flashes you do take, also. So I'd rather have a 0% than a 13%.
Well, this is, you're wrong. You're wrong. Flash forward, folks. Trust me on this. Right now. Load the next game, flash immediately. You're going to get the wins.
Out of spawn.
You're going to get the wins.
You get to base, you get to lane 2 seconds faster if you flash right out of spawn.
The whole point of this game is to get to the Nexus. Flashing out of your fountain towards their Nexus, big gains, folks. Pay attention. I got the gospel for you.
Ooh, spotting that cute little red ward there. I'm also looking forward to watching this mid lane matchup because Great Beard of Odin has the biggest chip on his shoulder on Earth because he doesn't get to play Akali. So every time he autos, I just feel the frustration.
I don't think he'll see it. Even though people, I think, are scared of the wrong stuff. Yeah, he can solo carry on Akali, but CC can stop her. He's got some much more intimidating picks, in my opinion.
So we'll see how Alpha handles it, but once again, we're keeping an eye on this bot lane to see if all the predictions are going to come true or not. Brandana and Andy, of course, a very exciting matchup up in that top lane as well.
Well, let's talk about this top lane. I think there's going to be some big impact coming out of this Renekton. He's going to be able to dive that back line that we talked about with the Misfortune. But if Andy's able to scale and really apply some pressure this lane, I think he'll be able to prevent a whole lot of that incoming damage.
Yeah, Jace can be a very good preventing zoning champion just because of his hybrid nature.
Yeah, going aggressive. Bandana trying to get them trade wins, but Andy AoE not walking away empty-handed.
Yeah, we have seen some exchanges in the bot lane too. Very dangerous, but Modric doesn't panic. Huge, of course, helping with all of the lovely aid that Huge provides by cheating on his girlfriend. Arcane Soda eating a tower shot.
Alright, we're going to see some scuttle fighting going down, but that does go the way of White Wolf Gaming. Mixed Links ain't losing no smite fight tonight.
Yeah, very good smite there. Probably helped that Alon Z was on cooldown.
Amumu pinging that smite too. He's calling it out. Alon Z ain't very happy about that.
But yeah, very, respectful lane so far. Not a lot of crazy ganks. Not a lot of crazy action. Everyone just kind of feeling themselves out. It's week 1. Who knows what someone could do.
Any fight would not be beneficial for Alon Z Tardis, so I think he's making the right call. Just skirmishing, keeping vision, but not actually fighting. So you called out that bot lane fight. I wanna talk a little bit about this. Modric, what's this being pronounced as?
Modric.
Modric. And pro tip, folks, give us a pronunciation guide. I'm very excited to see how this plays out, considering he is a jungle main. I think it's going to give him...
We got a gank in the mid lane real quick here. Great Beard of Odin is going to have to flash out of it. And he sort of chase, Oh!
Oh, big flash out of Alpha, securing that kill. Hitboxes as wide as the map, folks. You cannot dodge that.
Right, that was half prediction and half Morgana needs a nerf. Alright, sorry, you were saying about keeping an eye on Modric.
Jungle main, he's gonna definitely have some good vision knowledge. So I think there's gonna be some good choices with giving him such a utilitous pick such as the Ashe. That arrow's not gonna be wasted.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, as a jungle player yourself, you've got a inside edge on that kind of mindset. I was noticing in game 1 that J-Dog, who was also a jungler, was kind of lacking in keeping his vision up. But on the other hand, Modric has a support to help ward for him, so maybe that won't be as much of an issue.
Most definitely. J-Dog, good jungler. He's been really essential to me growing in the jungle, being on his team. So shout out to J-Dog.
Huge taking some hits. We're not seeing as aggressive objective jungling this time. We had very quick dragons in both our first and second sets.
I don't think he will. Unless Volibear decides to prioritize it, Amumu really can't do it alone. Not without very good vision coverage, which isn't available right now.
Both mid laners are 6. So we'll see if that comes into play in any of the engages. I think Greatbeard of Odin would be a little more cautious now unless he knows where Mixlink is.
Oh well, you only get flash every 500 seconds. So it's I think he feels a whole lot safer right now. And this 6 is definitely huge for Odin. Alpha can press it, but I mean you got 1.5 seconds before that's relevant. You can be eating dirt before your ult goes off as a Morgana. That's the issue with Morg mid.
For the sake of correctness, it's 300 seconds on flash.
Oh, well that's probably why I lost game 1.
Greatbeard of Odin taking a lot of damage from that combo. Winyan saves his life.
Gotta love that spell vamp. Alpha just gonna stay in lane for days.
And we're going to have first dragon taken by White Wolf at 7:30. Not solo though, so loses style points. Poor Alonzi at half health, meeting a big scary bear. Does have huge here to help, but I don't know if they'd be able to handle a level 6 Volibear either.
I don't think they're in a position really to try and fight that. Brandano definitely weighing his choices right now, trying to stay on top of this ward, get vision of what's happening in that river.
Oh, yeah, just to avoid that Jay shot. Gonna lose his control ward though. So might have some aid coming up to him. We have Odin moving and Alonzi is close by as well. Jace doesn't really seem interested in pushing too far forward, though. But here we go. Bit of a rush forward here. Lots of flashes being blown.
Flash and dash to the Cold the Meek didn't do much for him. Brandana definitely had his priorities in order, but that was very good mobility and knowledge out of Andy AoE.
Alonzi needs to head back in jungle for a minute to get himself to 6, or we'll probably see much more of him. White Wolf chipping down some turret plating here. Huge finally hitting 6 as well. That's going to be a lot of disables coming out of this Ashe combo. So a lot of stun game we're looking at once Phoenix gets us into the mid and late game and starts getting more team fight focused. Brandana just is, or not Brandana, Alpha is just destroying Odin though. Like it's not even close.
Ooh, rough right there. I will say that ultimate I think was more of an escape opportunity, and it didn't play out. Action in the bot lane. Huge does land the knockup after the Karma Q.
Modric does not have the arrow, used it there. We have chat saying that Phoenix needs to wake up. They do feel a little bit sleepy. Maybe that's just me. But I mean,
They might be struggling a little bit, but I think there's a very large difference in when these comps need to execute.
oh, for sure.
Volibear is already impactful on the map, but that's what Volley does. He can be that aggressor. Well, Amumu, that is not the case. He's looking for that team fight. Give it another minute. We're going to see some roams. Phoenix is going to pop off.
Yeah, I mean, Huge and Alonzi need to get in there and help their mid laner. Because we've established that Morgana is going to be winning these fights. So, somebody get Odin a lifeline, throw him a bandage, something.
I am very impressed by Alpha's play. Wonderful addition to the LCUS. Glad you're with us.
So yeah, not that much action going on in the bot lane, despite the predictions. Do have Misfortune with a slight lead. Just also impressed by the Morg that no one's actually doing anything. We do have a possible attack here on Mixlink. He's going to take the cone right into Grapebeard of Odin. Might be time for Grapebeard of Odin's revenge. Ooh, nice use of the ult to try to get away. Doesn't quite manage it. Ooh, bandage misses. More of a chain toss, I guess, actually.
Miss every bandage toss you don't take. AoE looking to close out. Did go hammer for him. Renekton ultimate. Q to even out that health. Slice and dice. Gets that health bar low. Letting Amumu get in there. Get that support kill in. Good sharing from Brandana.
Oh, missing a little bit of a fight in the bot lane as well. Good pick off there. Alright, so Phoenix is starting to wake up. 3 kills in as much time as it takes to say it.
Yeah, and looks like we did see the ultimate used in the bot lane, so again, that utility paying off so well.
Really dancing around a little bit. We have a question. Does chat think Morg was a planned counterpick to Irelia? Yeah, I don't know about that. Might be something to ask.
Morg counters melee champions very well, so I think it was more happy coincidence.
Stopwatch is overpowered. Call your congressman. I'm just never gonna stop saying that, in case anyone wonders. Ashe with no mana, a little bit of trouble here. Karma could get a big hit on here. They do manage to land the slow. Raining doesn't quite work as well. There's no help here for the Ashe. Big root there. That's going to be a dead Snow Queen.
Huge getting dove. Does fall down while trying to stop that mid lane tower from going, but looks like he's just going to not be able to close that out after killing the Shelly.
This is the... I was going to say that was going to be the longest first turret kill ever, but they don't even have the damage for that. Looks like a call to work on Dragon. This would be the second Dragon for White Wolf if they pull it off. Alonzi in position. I believe that's just within bandage toss range. Oh, but standing on a ward.
Q there.
Good job chasing him off.
Ignite going down, Q's coming out. Ooh, if it wasn't for that Guardian proc, we'd be looking at one more corpse, folks. Very good touch, but not enough. I tell you, they've got some big brain stuff going on this this White Wolf camp.
10 HP on that Amumu. So not
Burn the heretic. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say not a LCUS record, but close.
Burn the heretic. I won't reveal. I know the answer to that, but no one else will know.
He's talking about knowing his team's secrets.
Some big stuff.
I really like Mixlink's presence in this game one. He's all over the place. He's in the mid lane. He's in the bot lane. He's taking those crabs wherever he finds them. I really want to see Alonzi get more involved. Obviously, he's got 2 assists, but one of those was a, pity assist. Does manage to get the blue ward, though, with 2 people trying to steal it. The meanies.
And
there's a... Looked like
that was a blue buff going to Volibear. He is all up in his junk right now. Mixlink really pulling it out.
That first turret's gonna go down. Alright, so first turret goes over to White Wolf in the mid lane where most of the action has been. And once again, Irelia's getting bullied. Not fun being Great Breed of Odin right now. We've all had these games. Big Renekton teleport, though. Not gonna get anything done, though.
I think they can push this in and definitely threaten the dive. We do see the Ashe ult is up, so it's a huge option for them.
We have comments that Phoenix was not hiding what their comps were going to be. So that's the power of the digital age, everybody. You don't need to sit in a car outside someone's house to know their strategies anymore. You just look it up on the internet.
And you're right, Kenos. We really need to make the LCUS great again. We only pick and ban based off stalker history. If I can't break into your house, I can't break into your OP.gg.
Look, if it's good enough for Bill Belichick, it's good enough for the LCUS. That's what I know.
That's right. Instead of Deflategate, we're going to just take away Q keys.
Instead of sitting outside somebody's training grounds, we're just going to put spy cameras in their rooms. You know, I mean, and Bill Belichick's probably done that too.
It's called effective jungling. Vision scores matter.
It does. Be the vision score in real life that you want to have in your games.
We do see the Ashe arrow shot. Modric does miss that though, but I don't think that's going to matter. Big CC coming out from these teams. We do see the Amumu all come across. That's 3 bot side picking up the double kill. Modric going to get big, real big.
Even gold score, which is interesting. Alright, so here's a philosophical debate. Is it worth throwing 2 champions to the wolves just to get a turret?
I think that depends on where you are in the game. Personally, I would say yes if you're behind, because that gold could be the tipping point. It depends on where the gold lands, though.
Mm-hmm. Now suddenly Ashe has 3 kills instead of 1, which I don't know if that's worth it. But we'll see.
Alpha throwing that Q out, finding a target. Ashe in trouble. We do see the pull come out. That execute damage doesn't tick off, though. White Wolf Gaming trying to follow up. Looks like they are going to back off, though. Drake coming up very soon.
Big scowy bail. Not the best place to back. Let's find somewhere better there, Brandon. There we go. Nice push. Great Breed of Odin might be in a little bit of trouble here. He's solo against 3 pushing, but it looks like they're going to try to set up for Dragon instead. And steal the red buff from poor Alon Z Tardis. We have someone trying to defend Ashe here. I'm not saying that Ashe is in a bad position at all. I'm just saying that she got in a much better position because they decided to headbutt a turret. Rip huge. All these kills
rough.
going down on that Morgana though. I mean
That's really good for this part of the game, but Morgana ain't going to carry you 1v5.
she'll certainly try though.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If the game even makes it to a late game,
Right.
This is a pretty commanding play. Gold, though very close. That's 3 Drakes. We're at soul point already. There's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Check out the gold deficits. 900 gold separating the mid and ADCs on both sides.
Ooh, Alon Z Tardis with the bold placement. Walks right by him. I like that. That's balls.
I'd like to see a nice big team fight. We haven't had any team fights. We've had skirmishes. We've had individual plays.
I think that's where you're going to see Phoenix shine. They've definitely got the comp for it.
See what happens here. Alon's in a little bit of trouble.
He does throw the ult, trying to walk out. The Ash ult does go through, but it is caught by the spell shield. Arcane Soda walks out clean.
That was the most violent, peaceful engagement I've ever seen.
It's the benefit of the disengage. That's why Morgana is such a valued pick in this league.
Brandana quite enjoying his risky backs. Manages to pull them out. Everyone's got such interesting recall animations now. Karma turns into a bird. Or was that Morgana? Morgana turns into a bird. Ari turns into a fox. Infernal Shen jumps around on his sword. When's Nasus getting some cool recalls, huh? Alright, so, both Phoenix really feels like they're kind of waiting for something to happen. Ashe coming online is obviously a big deal. She's got 2 completed items now, so we're basically there. So I'd like to see some playmaking here. I'd like to see Amumu jump in on some fools.
I think you're about to see that. We see him purchase the Bramble Vest. He's definitely a lot more tankier than he was. I think a lot of this is going to depend on if Morgana Alpha can keep on site with these picks. A good pick will prevent a team fight every time, because a 4v5, even with the team fight advantage in your comp, means nothing.
I am liking the vision from both teams here. Could use 1 or 2 more wards from Phoenix, but they really have they got good view over the entire jungle here. LNZ once again playing with fire, but manages to slip in and slip out despite his control ward getting immediately spotted.
I think he's got a solid idea of what he can do in terms of engage and distance. That's one of the gifts he's had. Man plays a whole lot of Vi jungle as well, and you definitely learn your distances with that Q engage and disengage.
No, absolutely. Interesting how we have a Mixed Link going up against the Renekton. Renekton respecting that Volibear quite a lot despite a 2-level advantage. We have a big chase here in the mid lane that Morgana and Karma is so powerful together. Great Beard of Odin once again getting caught out, trying to do some dashing around, but just not able to handle Jace and MF.
No, very rough. Prowler does make a good point. MF doesn't want the pick. She wants the Oklahoma team. She is an item behind, though, so that would be my question is do you start looking for those team fights now? White Wolf Gaming looks like they're saying yes, they're ready to group up. They're ready to start trying to prioritize those team fights.
Well, I mean, they basically completely shut down Irelia, and unfortunately LNZ hasn't given them a reason to fear his presence yet. He's, he's a little bit squishy. He's only got 1,800 health versus the 2,000 of Volibear, and geez, the 2,000 of Morgana.
Yeah, Alonzi Tardis not in a place to stay right now. Alpha, big pool, getting that execute damage to finish off Alonzi Tardis. Team fight continues. Andy AoE slays huge, getting the double kill, picking up on Modric.
Well, do get that shutdown gold finally. This could be a good turnaround point. Here comes Great Beard of Odin focusing in on this Volibear. Big chase from Brandana as well. Unfortunately, here comes the help. Great Beard of Odin is not going to be able to handle that. Do have Brandana taking out his top lane rival. So, a little bit of a good turnaround there. Renekton could put the team on his back here. That was a lot of shutdown gold. What are we at now for him? 2,500 gold in his pocket. It's going to be 4
lots of money
for White Wolf, though.
Yeah, Big Soul coming across. This is going to be a huge damage buff. It's going to close a lot of that item gap that we've seen in the bot lane. I think this is going to be the deciding factor for us. Is now that they begin to set up for this Baron and take the team fight straight to Phoenix. We'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, we've got Phoenix needs another boost of energy here, and I think that, like I said, Renekton could be it. I've got a good feeling about Brandana here. We just need him to be in the right position at the right time.
Prowler throwing out the unconscious, blah blah blah, unconscionable.
Yeah, comment
like
that Odin
it.
can't fight. 1 in 6 is rough for any character.
Well, especially for your carry. When you play with Odin, you expect two things: either the carry or the Scion. We're not really getting to see either right now.
We have Jace split pushing. Teleport is available. White Wolf, I mean, we're in another situation here where this happened in the last game also, where it looks on paper like the game is close, but you just know in your heart that one team has the huge advantage. And right now that's White Wolf. Good pick.
Arcane Soda does get caught out. Yeah.
That's a lot of the CC and shielding. So maybe they can get something else done here, especially with Jace not around. That's going to be a 3v5 for a few seconds.
With Jace being down there, he does have TP up. TP coming in. Modric not in the best position for that, as he will be caught out instantly by Andy AoE.
Yeah,
Big cleanup getting that double kill.
Yeah, that was the power level difference I was talking about, plus a great ult from Tilted Pig. So this is where the turning point happens. This is where it goes from, it feels like White Wolf is in the lead to White Wolf is almost definitely in the lead.
I think the real impressive part of all this was them converting that 6, 1, and 7 Morgana into insane picks. They were able to carry that across all lanes in order to guarantee success. That's really impressive and something to be feared.
Prowler saying this is a 6v4. Yeah. I mean, Odin had a rough lane. There's no denying it. Haven't really felt much impact from anybody here. I mean, you know, Ashe is going to keep farming up. But, I mean, Rakan hasn't had that many huge knockups. Renekton, other than that bit where he grabbed that shutdown gold, hasn't really been that much of a factor either. So, I mean, we've got... It feels like half of the champions on Phoenix are only playing at about, 75% of their potential right now. Whereas Alpha's Morgana is at 130.
I think this is White Wolf's game to lose right now. But if there was a path for Phoenix going forward, it's going to be drawing this game out a little bit longer, hitting your peaks.
Oh, well, they're going to try to jump in on here. We got the Karma once again all alone. Volibear is straight up, though. Modric doesn't seem to know who he wants to target and gets taken out, unfortunately. A lot of good lockdowns there, and once again, the MF ult. Putting in her time.
Ooh, rough. And considering that they could not walk through that front line of mix links, they weren't able to get those picks out of that team fight they were looking for. And it's going to cost them the mirror inhibitor as a result.
Might cost them more than that. We'll see if they feel like pushing even more. That Modric is dead. It's entirely possible that they can just kind of push and get more. Baron buff as well, let's not forget. Karma, though, still setting up for Elder Drake. They don't need me. I'm just a support. 2 inhibitors and 2 turrets dead. Are they going to push to win here? LNZ's got that pocket ult. But look at all these siege minions. Very painful.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult path forward for Phoenix if they're looking to play out of this.
Alright. Karma has joined the group now. Yeah, they're just going to sit back and let their minions do all the work, though. Big Volibear. Huge Volibear. Great Brave Odin does one last desperate play here. They could use a lot of AoE. There isn't a lot of AoE coming out of Phoenix in this game. I would have liked to see more of that. But Huge doesn't even manage to get to the fountain. And another very painful game. White Wolf runs through Phoenix.
White Wolf got their mud kickers on, really stomping right through.
We have a prediction of support Maokai next game. Interesting. We'll see what happens with that. All right. So takeaways: mid lane Morgana does very well against Irelia.
I
A lot of
I
damage.
think it was also a really good follow through. Bixlinks definitely had a much stronger early game presence than a Mumu, and he was able to transition that into late game dominance. Andy AoE maintained a strong presence topside and followed up with excellent TPs in the bot and to close out that mid lane team fight there towards the end, which really sealed the deal for him. Everybody performed exceptionally well. I think the unexpected success for me was definitely the MF pick. I threw some shade while I'm standing in the light now. I'm telling you, I'm a believer. Good stuff.
Yeah, a lot of really good MF ults there. Um, we are getting an invite here once I get back to actually having the correct screen up. And we will be heading into the last game. All right. So, last game coming up. Hopefully, a better turnout for Phoenix. Can they rise from the ashes? We'll find out. Final game of week 1 coming up right after this.